welcome to Canon Fodder, and we're starting a new segment where we talk about our experiences in airsoft and how we got into airsoft and how yourself can get into airsoft. So my co-hosts today are Connor and Tom. Say hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah, maximum enthusiasm. So to start off, I'm going to ask Connor how he got into airsoft. So how did you enter airsoft, Connor?
Well, it was probably about, I think, 2011, 2012. I went with friends of ours from school, Leo and Benji, because they were both involved in airsoft for a good bit. But I'd been watching some of the videos online, some like the Scout the Doggy videos, and who else was big at the time? It was mainly just Scout the Doggy who was the big one back then, with the airsoft videos from Scotland. Oh, and Oddie's Airsoft, who was an Irish one. He was did stuff with Main Irish Airsoft because they were the big shop back in the day in Ireland anyway for airsoft. But I remember going one day, one Saturday, was just asked, do I want to go airsoft? I said, yeah, obviously I do. So I was given an MP5 and loved it. I just took to it straight away, and about, I don't know, $6,000 later, here I am. at least $6,000 anyway.
At least $6,000 is definitely true.
Plus all the expensive, like going to events and going up north and stuff to play, and it's definitely at least six. But no, I remember going to Rathbeggan. That was the main site that we used to go to a lot. Sadly it's now closed down. Well, it is actually closed down. It was just a family park for a bit, but now because of COVID and then insurance costs and everything, I think the whole site is now closed. But no, that was a great site. Yeah, like I'll pass back to you, Stephen. Anyway, like how did you get into airsoft?
Well,
obviously I know how you got, but like
yeah. I got into airsoft myself through Connor because he was telling me about some of the times he went with Benji and Leo. So I decided to buy one of Connor's old guns that he originally bought, his AK. And I went into Rathbeggan Lakes myself, and I really enjoyed myself. And from there, I spent probably at least 7 or 8 rounds, at least. But yeah, we go quite often up the north and all around the place, playing different sites. But a lot of our sites
it's mainly the Leinster area.
Mainly Leinster region. Yeah.
When we say Leinster region, it's really only one site. It really is only one site now because the other site is now closed. But
yeah, that's true. But yeah, there are other sites that we would like to try and go to, but they're a bit further away and effort of travel.
Yeah.
So how about yourself, Tom? How did you get into airsoft, and what was your experience from a beginner's point of view?
So
that's some great safety there.
You remember Modern Warfare 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that scene in the campaign in an airport. And I remember thinking that this would be fun to do like in real life, but like not harmful. But I remember going back to
where are you going with this one?
I remember I think my story is very typical. Like I remember going to paintball in Spec Ops in Wicklow. I remember doing stuff out there. But my story is pretty typical. I played Call of Duty for years and I was a nerd at that. And then that's all I ever did. And I only ever wanted to do it for real. And then I decided, hey, let's go to college to do computer science to be more of a nerd. And then I met Connor and Stephen and they said, hey, let's go war LARPing. And I went, yeah. And then Connor gave me a sniper.
Hey, I know, I didn't give you a sniper. You took the sniper. You said that you wanted to use that because you're like, I'll do the no scopes and quick scopes and all that shit. Because like,
I didn't take
Modern
it
Warfare
seriously.
2.
I have a tendency not to take things seriously, and I didn't enjoy it because of my own stupid brain that wants to make it be funny for me. But I have watched videos of Novrich and a few other people in the past. Everyone's seen all his videos. He's very popular. I've seen his videos a long time ago. But then we went again, I think over a year later, and I actually said, fuck it, I want to enjoy this because it sounds fun. And I don't remember where we were. I probably was with Barn or Urban Airsoft or something.
I think it was
And-
probably up Urban Assault, Simtac as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simtac, yeah. And now, not exactly $2,000, but like somewhere in the region, because I decided to be an idiot and buy like really expensive guns, my first gun. So, and now I'm here, basically. So I was Connor and Stephen, by the way, who brought me.
Well, yeah, well, yeah. I thought that was implied.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So I think then the next question is, what do you think the best kind of starter guns would be then for someone getting into airsoft? Who's obviously getting a gun? Obviously, we recommend people to first go and rent guns to make sure they actually like the sport before, as Tom said, dumping a lot of money into the sport.
Tom was in a fortuitous enough position whereby he had friends like us, Stephen, who were able to give him guns to try out when he actually went, and all you have to do is pay for actually playing the day. He didn't have to pay for renting a gun. But
Exactly.
like, if you're like interested in getting into the sport, go with and you don't have friends who are in playing airsoft yet, or who can't give you a gun, go and rent a gun from a site and see if you actually like the sport first, because like chances are you might not like it, or it might not be for you, and you don't want to be dumping €200-300 into a starter gun and end up not liking the actual sport. So, like,
The
there's
Facebook page is important though. Like if you just join the Facebook page and like the Milsim Ireland page is a really good one, and then start asking.
Yeah, well, like Milsim Airsoft Ireland is a page of myself and Stephen run. Like I set that up in 2012. I'd say must have been a year into airsofting at that stage, but I think it's like 2,000 members. But it's not the biggest page on on Facebook or even on Discord for airsofters. Like there's other pages out there that you can get a lot of questions answered that you need. Like one of the pages that I'm in, I've only joined recently, is the UK airsoft community. I think it's got like 40,000 members in it. But it's brilliant for just like even if you've got a question to ask, chances are one of those 40,000 people are going to know how to answer it. So like I find that experienced airsofters are very open to people joining the sport. So if you were to ask a question about starting off in the game, people will be there to help and try and guide you through the process of getting started. Like it's not like in the UK where you have to have a license to actually own an airsoft gun. Over here, you don't have to sign up for all that rigmarole. You can just go into a hobby airsoft and buy a gun off the wall. So it's probably easier that way, getting set up in Ireland than it is in the UK. But
our regulations though around airsoft are, while we don't have any like licenses or stuff, our limits are a lot lower to other countries. Like we are probably one of the lowest. We're kind of in line with Japan in terms of our FPS and joule limits.
Yeah, well, it's 328 feet per second, but like 1 joule and 0.2 gram BBs. But like it's not the worst limit. Like you got the likes of Germany, where it's I think 0.5 joules is the limit.
Yeah, and all airsoft guns have to have an F mark on them, I believe, as well.
Yeah, and even like in the US, you've got the orange tips on the rifles as well, and the pistols, and all of them. That it just takes away from the.
But definitely one of the more liberal ones, that's for sure.
I believe though you can take the orange tips off the rifles once you buy them, but it does void the warranty of most airsoft retailers if you take the orange tip off.
Yeah. I think what's great though, what we did was we had a group of guys who were already interested, and we're able to do like online orders, which I think is really important because Taiwan Guns is definitely the best place to buy weapons, I suppose, if you're starting, because it's super cheap and it's got recognized brands. I don't know if you what do you think about that? But for me, it was easiest because it's a one-stop shop with like really good stuff if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Taiwan Gun, because over my shoulder right now is a big box that I still need one of our friends to come and pick up, because he just will not pick it up, and it's his starter rifle. So.
Oh yeah.
And also, Stephen has some gear in this as well that he needs to pick up as well.
Yeah, I'll collect that sometime soon.
I still have another friends of ours gear in my room actually as well.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, had that for a while now.
Yeah,
But
just a little while.
But
The
I
one
think
thing, though,
what's really good about it. Sorry, go ahead, Stephen.
the one thing I would say though about Taiwan guns for someone getting into airsoft is that it's not the easiest site to use. You need to know like your local kind of limits for FPS. You need to also
when you know your local your limit, then you're pretty much easy. It's easy then.
Oh, it's easy
just
then.
Make sure
Yes.
that you look it up. Because like
I think what he's saying though is right. Is when you try to modify things and maybe
not modify, no, but if you're coming in, like if you're getting into airsoft, if you go to a local shop, it might be easier because you can actually feel the gun, see what it's like. You'll have the people there in person. Obviously, the websites are handy because you can get the stuff a lot cheaper.
Mhm.
But just for starting out, I would probably recommend someone going to the local store and just kind of getting like a one-to-one kind of advice there and then.
even using
And
one
if
of the
there's any
Discord
issues with
apps
it.
or Telegram groups that you can actually get cheap second-hand guns off. Like there's always people selling on those groups, and you'll always get a decent gun for a decent price on them. So
Yeah, one of us is always probably buying or selling off that website or that group.
His name is Stephen.
I probably bought one thing off there. Bradley always buys off there.
yeah, Bradley's always
I think-
buying off.
And Ryan.
I think
Yeah,
what's important
both
though
of
is people are always willing to help, which is the main thing. And I always ask questions on the Facebook pages because they're very active, surprisingly.
Yeah.
You tend to get like help pretty fast, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like, say, so like Tom, like if it wasn't for like, if you didn't know us, or we weren't involved in airsoft, like, would it have been as straightforward getting set up?
No, I think because I had to ask obviously questions about what mags I get, what's a high kappa, what batteries do I need, what chargers do I need, what does my rail mean in terms of what I can get for a grip, what does it mean for a sight, what does it mean to have like the different kinds of ammunitions, and what does the weight difference mean, like even just like buying like for magazines for types of Glocks is all different, like, and it's still tough. And then I kind of need Stephen and Connor to like fix things on the day typically, or Brad to like fix the internals, because obviously I don't know what most of them are about. But I mean, I think what's important here is getting a group together, and usually people are pretty friendly. We're like picking friends up, and like when you go to any event, sometimes it's not as nice. Sometimes people get very angry, but typically people are just there to have fun, and they're really just like, oh, we'll just talk in detail about how we can fix things on your internals, and they're like very willing to chat about it, which is nice.
Yeah, like sorry, Stephen, you were going to say something as well there, right?
No, you go on.
Actually, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
No, a lot of people are very friendly in airsoft and are willing to help you. Like if you rock up on the day on your own, you can probably get into kind of a small group of people easy enough who will chat to you and show you the ropes. And every now and again, you will probably see someone flip out in airsoft. Like the last one I saw was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, where a rental person flung his rental gun into the air and it exploded on the ground.
Right. I remember that. But
they should say you can't throw your weapon at someone as a kill. You have to shoot them with BBs, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
There seems to be a problem with the perception of airsoft on YouTube mainly, but I think that's a discussion for another video.
Yeah.
We're not going to bring him up, are we?
It's a discussion for another video.
Okay.
But like back to the main purpose of this video, which was basically getting set up in airsoft and starting out, and like what type of brands would one really be looking at getting, and like what would be the best starter rifle to buy? Like,
well, there's a few different brands to look at, but it would really depend on which kind of platform you're looking for. If you're looking for AK, there's no other better brand than the SEMA brand, which both of you have right there.
Very, very, feels very good. Very good build quality.
Very good quality, and the prices of them are very good for what you're getting.
No, this is, like I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is my favorite gun to play with. I very rarely play with it. That's probably because I've got rifles that probably perform better. But
Mm-hmm.
I just love running around with the AK. It's just
I think I'm a prime
cracking gun.
example of. I think I'm a prime example of a mistake when buying my first gun. Well, not really a mistake, but I think I kind of was like, oh, I got a bit of money, I'll just spend on an expensive gun that I
Yeah.
kind of love to hate, and that was like because it's like I probably should have researched it more when I bought it, but I think going SEMA is like everyone I think I know has a SEMA gun in their arsenal, and always rants and raves about how much they love it. So
no, like the SEMA AKs are known for just being so reliable and durable. They're brilliant rifles. They make very good AK or M4s as well, but they're really known for their good AKs. They have other lines like the G36 as well, and I think Stephen has a G36. Yeah, I thought I saw you holding it there. Yeah.
It's actually used by many sites for rental guns because of how sturdy they are and how cheap they are as well. Like you can get these from between 80 to about 120 euros on Taiwan guns, and pretty easy to maintain and repair. And
that's a recent purchase, right?
Pardon?
That's a recent purchase, right?
Yeah, this was Christmas, like got for Christmas.
That's the.
Do you have an M4? A SEMA M4?
No, SEMA G36.
Oh no, do you have a SEMA M4?
Oh no, I don't have a SEMA M4.
Bradley has the SEMA M4, and I think Ryan does as well. So,
Right.
but I think that was Bradley's first rifle, his a SEMA M4, and he still uses it to this day. Like
I think we should say Bradley is a compadre.
well, yeah, obviously.
For all our viewers who don't know.
That's right. All of our viewers, Dan. All of our viewers.
All one of them.
All of our many viewers.
Yes, 100%.
Well, the other brands other than SEMA would then be more like G&G, which have the Raider, the CM, not the Raider.
Yeah, the combat machine.
The combat machine, yeah. And I actually have one here as well. This was my first airsoft gun after I got back into airsoft because we went on a break for a couple of years. So I bought this.
What is with the scope on that?
Fine.
It's not a nice looking scope.
It's not, but like it's not a bad gun.
Do you still have your canted red dot sight in that?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is not what you do.
That makes no difference in airsoft, Stephen, because of hop up.
For looks.
It is LARPing.
Most red dots.
It is. Oh yeah, I agree. It is LARPing. It's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we might talk about is that like there is at the end of the day a stereotype of people or stereotypical, the stereotype put on people who play airsoft, and that is like people who want to go to war, people who like to shoot people. I think it's a bit misconstrued sometimes. People look at it as we're just having a bit of fun. But
yeah, it's strange because like that same perception isn't put on to people who go paintballing, which is essentially the same thing as airsoft, just with paint. Like,
yeah,
like people go paintballing are usually like they're actually the paintball scene isn't huge in Ireland. There's really only maybe 4 or 5 spots across the country that actually do it. One main one that's also a very big airsoft site. Spec Ops, yeah. But like, there's just the scene isn't there for that, and I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure like our country isn't big enough for it.
Yeah,
it's not
really,
either paintballing or airsoft, and
I
airsoft
think,
kind of took most of the people away from paintballing.
Like, I think that yeah, I agree, but I do think that airsoft is probably the bigger sport now in the country, as in between airsoft and paintball. But I don't think I don't think airsoft is more widely known amongst the general public. There's more people that know about paintball than would know about airsoft, and I think that's why there's more of a perception put on airsoft, because the guns actually look like real guns. The gear looks like real gear. You don't have a big canister on top with air and a paint coming in from the top. You actually have guns that look like guns.
Well, that's like what I'm holding right now is, I mean, Glocks are made from pretty much the exact same materials.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Besides the internals, maybe a couple of changes here and there, the base of this gun is the same as the actual gun itself, as far as I can tell. Because
Like,
I've
I have
held
this
Glocks
one here.
before.
It's not modeled of any particular gun, but if someone saw it, they would instantly think it's just a generic handgun.
I've held and shot the Glock before. I've shot them a few times. And what's funny is, even shooting this, the kind of kick off it is not entirely similar, but there's like similarities to it. But I think there is a bit of a stereotype put on people who play airsoft, which is fair, because at the end of the day, it is simulated combat for the enjoyment of the kind of scenario. But I think it's a little bit more just for the fun of it than people realize.
I mean, we're not really doing like no Russian or anything.
Yeah, like back to
Yeah,
inserting right back to
hugely
Tom's
disappointed
intro to
me.
airsoft.
Which
there's
is
no
like what
Russian-
I wanted to get to, really, because I thought that's what I was getting into, and that's why I bought the AK.
They didn't
but
use
you can't.
AKs in that mission, Tom. They used M240 Bravos and an M4A1 with a grenade launcher, no iron sights.
Look, it's my dream.
I don't know, like I really shouldn't know that, like the exact weapons off by heart, but I do, because
But
I was also a Modern Warfare 2 nerd, so
I think that's what kind of has helped airsoft recently. Is a lot of people who play Call of Duty will eventually come across airsoft, and eventually it'll pique an interest or something.
yeah, I agree.
Well, the big YouTubers are also kind of pushing people into airsoft.
Which ones?
Like Novrage and
But he was always airsoft, wasn't
Yeah,
he was
like
always airsoft.
there was the likes of no, I know he doesn't go airsofting anymore, but there was a pretty big gaming YouTuber who did go airsofting. Level Cap Gaming. He did a lot of Battlefield stuff. He does really all the gaming news and all that. But he was in airsoft, and he was getting people into airsoft in the States, which is it's great. No matter where you are, like if you're getting involved in airsoft, it's fantastic because it's a growing sport, and it is a fun sport to be in.
Is it fair to call it a sport? I think we should continue that in the next section.
Well, yeah, I agree. Welcome back from the break. The small intermission we just had. On Tom's talk about should airsoft be recognized as a sport, we'll save that one for another day. That's it's an issue that's near and dear to my heart, but it's one for another day, I think. Really, we'll just go back to
a ball. It's not a sport.
But it does have a ball.
Shut up!
Many
Don't say that.
flexibility for balls, Tom.
It's got my 2-inch ones too, man. Which were on show, by the way, at one of our airsoft events where my trousers accidentally ripped. That was awful.
Yeah, so we'll just go back to where we were. Well, the main topic on discussion was basically
we're not going to keep talking about my balls?
No, I don't really want to be talking about your balls, to be honest, Tom.
Okay, fair enough.
But back to beginner airsoft rifles. It's like we mentioned G&G and SEMA. There are other brands out there, the likes of ASG. Like when I first returned back to the sport, I like Stephen was on a break for a good bit. I returned back January 2019, February 2019, around that time.
Around that time,
yeah. But I think I say I think I know. I got an ASG M15 Armalite SLV is what it's called. I only got it because it came with a foregrip, but it was a decent gun. Like it was decent. Like there was nothing special about it.
Do you have it?
It's parts upstairs now. It's just being since then.
I know the one.
Now, so
I know the one you're talking about.
It's now just the gun I use to test out stuff on. So, like ASG are pretty good. You got some good JG guns. I think Stephen has a JG AK or a C. It's either a JG or a Seam AK. We can never tell.
To be honest, I think it's a SEMA from the internals when I was looking at it, but it could be JG. It's hard to say. It was one of Connor's guns originally that I bought off him.
Yeah, like there's a few other brands like ASG, JG,
WE.
WE. Yeah, WE are mainly like handguns and stuff. Like handguns are pretty good, but like in fact they're great to hold. I love holding my Tokyo Marui Glock.
But can't let go.
But you don't need handguns getting started in airsoft. They're not necessary. What you really want is a decent gun and a good pair of eye protection. That's all you need.
Oh god, eye protection, and then some fields mandatorily ask you to wear mouth guards too.
Yeah, and I think most sites across the country require under 18s to wear full face masks. Now, I've had some issues with not wearing lower mesh masks. I remember, was it the Christmas of 2013 or 2014? Maybe 2013. But I remember playing in, wherever it was, a Fingal Airsoft, Stephen?
I think it was Fingal Airsoft. Yeah, we were fighting Santa.
Yeah, fighting 3 Santa Clauses who were a special game mode.
Protecting this present.
Is that the plural version, or is it Santa Clausy? No?
Maybe it's Clausy, yeah.
Sorry.
Clausi, I believe it is. But,
no, that's the Latin term.
That's the Latin term, that's right, yes. Derived from the old Latin word...
of Klausenbroken, which means to deliver presents vigorously in red costumes.
On one night.
Yeah.
But I remember in that game mode, I had my tooth shot out by Santa. And it was a great Christmas present.
It helped the tooth fairy economy recover.
No, please, tooth fairy economy was in the shit until Santa started shooting people.
What a phrase. Wow. I think you're right, though. I think investing, but also like researching it, like pay a lot of money for your protection, because if you get bad eye gear, you'll end up fucking them up repeatedly, and then they'll be unreliable. And then if you get really bad mouth gear, the same thing will happen. So if you get like I've got those ones that are like foamed to my face, so they actually don't steam up as much, but it's like a serious problem. It's just steam, like such an issue. So some people get like metal mesh ones, which I don't know how much I'd want to get them.
I personally have the mesh ones, and I find the mesh ones very good. Like they can be a bit problematic during, like, if you're looking into the sun, or if you're in dark conditions, it can be a bit difficult. But overall,
directly into the sun anyway, Steve.
I know you wouldn't be, but if you're kind of going through like
if you want to
you have the issue.
So it's not like those Eclipse glasses.
Yeah. It's like the ones from Avatar, those clip glasses.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I wasn't actually going on about them, but
yeah, I think
with the mesh glasses,
though.
The mesh glasses, at least be able to see, and you don't get fogged up, so there's more consistency with being able to see than with glasses.
I bought my first pair of mesh glasses during this lockdown. Haven't got a chance to wear them yet. I'm interested to try them out because I've been looking at getting them for a while.
Have you got them on there? Have you got them around you? I mean, that'd be a great thing to test it out first try.
Well, I suppose I could if you give me just 1 second. I'm gonna.
Yeah, me and Steve will talk more about protection.
Yeah.
I suppose. So,
what type
of you want to do when you're putting it on? So you pull it down, but make sure you grab the top so it doesn't get in the air pockets.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to pinch the top.
Yeah, and for real though, for protection wise, I think. For your head, I don't think this is necessary. I don't mind getting hit in the head. I just wear a cap. But do you wear a helmet? To
be honest, some people, they might want to wear helmets if they're going to an outdoor site, because like some sites we go to, there's a lot of stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
So if you do
you think it might stop them recognizing when they're getting hit, though.
Overall, yes, but if you're at the choose between safety or accidentally not taking a hit, I would probably say safety wise, because we have like other things that you wear, like your chest rigs, you might not feel getting hit by like when that gets hit. You just have to listen out for it, and when in doubt, just take the hit anyway. Like even if you can't say for certain if you're hit or not.
I think we should talk about the honor system in a bit as well. That might be something to talk about. But
there is the honor system as well. But before I go there, there's one other. Pardon?
Sorry, go ahead. I keep on interrupting you.
Sorry, the one other thing that I'd say is important is a good pair of boots that can take nails, because from my experience, I was just using any old type of boots. And for
falling in a ditch.
I didn't fall in a ditch. No, I didn't.
We both fell in a ditch.
Oh, that time, yeah, that was a different time.
Of that time, we both ran for cover, and this is the funniest thing ever. Me and Stephen were last out, and we were getting hammered. Like no matter what way we go around the wooden fence, it was just
everyone had surrounded us, and they were pushing the line towards us. We just to dive over a bank, and then we fell into a ditch, and we just had to hang on.
We thought it was like a little ditch, but it was like it was a couple feet. It was a couple feet, and then all of a sudden we splashed into the ground. Yeah, it was more than our height, I would have said. So when we stood up in the ditch, we were literally not able to be seen. Just still cover. I think we both just went, yeah, we're out.
Yeah, there was no point trying to shoot because there's a wall of BBs above our heads. Yeah. We were like, okay, we're dead anyway.
Yeah.
We're not going to shoot anyone. It's going to be a pain to get out of here anyway. We may as well just take the hits and just walk off.
That was so funny, but like for a minute there when I was falling down,
we had to grab each other and try and hold on to each other.
We were genuinely like falling off. We were like, oh fuck! Like so. This
is deep. This will be awkward to get out.
Good protective boots and trousers and gear, and like make sure your stuff you buy is not going to rip or tear really easy. Like mine did once when my balls were exposed. And I can go into that in more detail if we want. But
we're all right.
We were just talking about that time me and Stephen jumped into a ditch.
That could be any time we go wear something.
No, but the last time when we both jumped into a ditch, and it was a big ditch.
I was using the FAMAS the first time.
Yeah. It was
Spec Ops one time.
Spec Ops. Oh, right, okay.
We both went to the front and we tried to get them at the spawn, but
yes.
As well as eye gear, you need to have like we were discussing helmets and whether they're like good or bad for sport. I think a cap is fine, but I could get where Stephen's saying like I have hit my head once or twice off like the twigs or like when you're crawling through crawl spaces and stuff. I get it, but
yeah, like I'm a cap and boonie guy. I don't like wearing helmets. Now I am considering getting a helmet, but that's really just for looks.
Yeah, true. But
boots for just being able to stand on nails, because taking a nail to the foot is pretty sore from personal experience.
Oh yes. A good pair of boots. They're really, really needed.
You can't not pay good money for boots here.
Yeah.
You
get what you pay for.
Knee pads. Onesie, I would recommend knee pads. Definitely.
I don't have knee pads myself.
I don't have knee pads or arm pads either.
I don't, but I wish I did, because well, as someone with glass knees, that's to say,
I wish I had that's them. True.
What do you think about cups?
Not needed.
It's not needed at all. Now,
unless you're well endowed.
No, if you're well endowed, it's probably a bit. You probably needed more.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't like I. Okay, last time we went, I did put a sock in there.
I know you did.
I too. I felt big. I felt confident. It's like people who put insoles in their shoes. They just feel a bit more.
Like a little oomph,
Yeah, like haha, shoot. But I did put it because I did get hit once and it was nasty.
Fair. Yeah. No, well, I don't have a cup when I play. I don't wear a helmet, and they're just not needed. Really, it's all you really need. Actually, one thing that I thought I didn't hear you mention was gloves.
Oh yeah.
A very good pair of gloves is it's not needed, but It does
If you're
sting when you get shot in the hand.
I think
Or
it's the
knuckles.
worst place to get shot.
I think it is.
Yeah,
It's,
knuckles
yeah.
and hands.
Like,
Like,
I've got.
you wouldn't really get shot in the chest on a lot of places because a lot of us wear chest rigs, but like
Yeah.
getting shot in the hands is like, and it goes on for many days afterwards.
Like when you're holding
Yeah.
a gun, like your fingers like this, getting shot here wrecks.
Yes,
And
it
then
does.
pulling the trigger after that.
Especially
is really
when it's a cold day, a cold, wet day, as it usually is in Ireland. It really doesn't. It's really not nice then. But going back to my absence there for a few minutes, I was unable to find my mesh glasses, which is actually very worrying. So I have no idea where they could be. But I did bring my usual glasses that I do wear. Ics Airsoft Sunglasses. And these are great. They function as sunglasses as well as ballistic glasses.
Do you not get any steam, any kind of problems with that?
No,
No.
not necessarily. Sometimes
you
I
don't
do.
wear any lower protection though.
Yeah, I don't wear any lower face protection, but like if I'm sweating profusely, and
Which you end up doing.
which I do end up doing quite a lot of. Small bit there now, but the if I do end up sweating profusely and it's like a wet day, you do tend to get a lot of steam off that.
Yeah.
Like as Stephen
A
mentioned,
lot
I
of the
don't
places
wear
we play are forests too, so it can get very
forests
very
or just humid areas. Like urban assault, it's not a forest, but well, there's a part of it that's wooded, but like it's a humid area sometimes, so it can get very foggy.
The fog of war, people like to refer
Fog of
to
war,
as.
that's
You know,
right, yes.
You start shooting all your teammates just because you're afraid
That's
that
right.
they'll turn on you.
That's right.
But I found with the ones that I bought off Amazon, which are like foam around, like kind of like go foam to your face, they really worked. I was really surprised by how well they worked.
Nice. Do you put in like sometimes I do it? You can get like the anti-fog wipes from some places. It costs like, like 20 cents. It's basically just wipe down your glasses with it's basically soapy water.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've done it sometimes, and I still experience it with a fog sometimes with it.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's just because of the amount of sweat dripping off of me. But
sure.
There is goggles you can get that have fans built in as well. That will
yeah, they're more expensive though.
They tend to be more expensive. Yeah, you'd be looking at about maybe between 30 to 100 euros for that at least.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it because those ones are usually full face masks, and I generally
generally
like to be just here.
Yeah, like it all depends on your own preference, really. If you like wearing a full face mask, then yeah, it probably is worth it. But like Tom and even Stephen, like Stephen wears a lower mesh mask.
Yeah,
right.
I only wore that because I was told to. Generally, I prefer not to wear anything.
Yeah, I only wear goggles as well.
Because I like getting shot in the face.
So do I. I get a lot of shots all around me. It's great. But I remember coming back from Airsoft one day and going to the shower and looking in the mirror and seeing, oh God, I've got chicken pox. Just
is it like some superhero movies where you just like tense up and the BBs come out of your face?
I remember actually the last time we went, I almost had it wasn't actually, it was the last time I went because I got COVID over Christmas and I wasn't able to go.
Oh, you got COVID over Christmas? Never knew that.
Yeah, you fucking did. We're not going into that in this now. But we went to a night game at the start of December, and there was an incident of a blue on blue friendly fire incident when myself and was it Thomas? It was myself and Thomas were clearing out a bus in urban assault, And it was a big game where both teams were scattered around. Myself, Thomas, Stephen, and Bradley were all moving as a four-man unit. All going really well. We were clearing everything out. It was great. Thomas and I went to clear out a bus. Bradley and Stephen forgot this and opened up on the two of us.
I should just say, the second before you split, you went, "We're going to clear the bus," right?
Yes, that's right. We said, Stephen,
So almost
Bradley,
immediately
we're going
later,
to
they
get the
forgot.
bus.
Right.
Yes. And they opened up, and I actually caught a BB in my mouth. That's how close I was to getting another tooth shot out.
I want to guess that this is Bradley's fault.
Oh, 100%.
Because I know
I saw
Stephen
him
wouldn't
shoot
do it.
first. I saw him shoot first, and I just had to assume that everyone was dead over there. I had to just spray and pray.
I'll say this, I know this is Bradley, because Bradley would have gone, "Oh, I thought you meant a different bus."
Yeah, that's true. He would have.
Don't believe Stephen would have done that, but I can see Bradley.
I just remember turning around and saying, "Guys, come on."
But I think you kind of touched on something there, which is the honor system, which we're yet to discuss, which I think is like the most important thing in airsoft.
Yeah, 100% is like, you don't like, airsoft is a sport based on the honor system. It's not like paintball where you've got a visible splat on you that people will be able to tell that you've been hit. If you feel anything in airsoft, like as in like if you feel anything that resembles a BB hitting anywhere on the body, or even hearing it, like hitting a plate carrier or something like that, you just call that hit.
I mean, the other way of fixing it is like, I mean, I don't want to advocate for it, but would be airsoft in the nude, which I don't know how anyone else would feel about that. But I'm totally in for it. Yes, but no shirts.
Well, you have the guys in the shirts are the honorable ones who always take their hits.
Yeah.
But no, it's an honor system, and it's now there are some games, some game modes where you have like multiple respawns and stuff, and like you've got like medics on the field and stuff that'll come and put a fake tourniquet on your arm, and you're away. But like, it's still an honor system. If you feel anything, you take the hit.
Yeah, when in doubt, take it.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
How do you think that feeds into what some people are describing as an epidemic of not liking getting hit in certain areas, like the head? Do you think that people should be enforcing rules on sites about headshots?
I mean, there's no, like, if you're going airsoft, you're going to get hit in the face or head.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's part of the sport. Like you're going to play airsoft. You're not. Well,
your whole body
the way I see airsoft, it's like I don't go and I don't go thinking I want to kill 20 people today. I go thinking I want to get hit like 30 times.
Yeah, you want to have a competitive environment as well.
Yeah, but like it's also comes down to like my ethos, and that is kind of like, if I don't get 20 kills in the game, I might come, or 20 kills in a day, I might come away thinking, oh geez, that was an awful day. I didn't meet my goals or whatever. But I know I'm going to get hit 30 times. Like I could get hit 30 times in my first life. Like,
well, does that feed into the question of like overkill in some ways, where people just repeatedly shoot? Which I don't really mind being a victim of it. It's like, you shoot me a few times, it's fine, and I hear people cry, "Oh, it takes one hit to kill you." It's like, yeah, but you know, you want to make sure, and you obviously can't see the BB hitting you.
It's happened as well. Like you might see someone with their hands up, and there's like the BBs are flying everywhere. If there's someone near you and your hands up, you might get hit again. Like it's part of the game.
I think it's a very typical, and I'm speaking as someone who's very new, but if I want to give examples for new people who want to join, is knowing when to honor the system, but also being able to stand up for yourself in some ways, and like understanding the rules of engagement. And you know, you only really have a good day if you play along. If you don't play along, you won't have a good day, essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But back to your question on the head stuff and the headshots. and whether or not they should be banned, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It's part and parcel of the sport.
I mean, I don't go out to shoot people in the head, but I mean, if that's the only spot I can shoot them,
yeah,
then
like,
I'll take the shot.
if you banned headshots, you would have people fully behind cover and just peeking out, just their head peeking out, and knowing that they're not going to be able to be shot. It just takes away from the whole thing.
There's also the other very serious rule of airsoft is only shoot what you can see. No spray
Yeah.
frame.
Oh, yeah. There's no blind firing is the big one, really.
A lot of
you don't know
people
if there's going to be
starting out
somebody like directly above you. So
yeah. I think it's something that I'm just going through my head of the mistakes that I would have made when I started, and then because obviously the first time you guys met was a lot longer, so I'm just going to ask you guys questions as someone who's new. But like, that was one thing I didn't really get is that shoot from the shoulder. Always shoot from the shoulder if you have a rifle.
Like no hip firing and stuff. Like yeah.
I mean, you can still do it, but at the end of the day, as long as you can actually see where it's actually going to go, that's the most important part.
Yeah, also hip firing is much tougher than it looks. It's much easier to do.
If you're doing like trying to shoot like this, you don't know if someone's mouth is like right there when you're putting the gun like that behind you. That's like you don't want to be putting it into someone and injuring them.
No pre-firing.
No pre-firing either. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, another big rule is do not take your face protection off, especially your eye protection off middle of the match. I've seen a lot of people make this mistake, and it's very kind of serious because there's a reason why you're wearing it in the first place. And taking your it off for any reason at all is not really justifiable.
Well, like spending the right amount of money on it, because I've seen instances, I've had an instance happen where I got shot in the head and the glass popped out, and it was because I got a cheap rental one.
Like years ago, I had. It's now an estate, but there was a field. Field. There was a field, Tom. There's a field, but there was a field that was. It was basically a construction site because it was back during the recession between like 2009 and 2014. I think it was probably 2012 this happened, but I remember there was a few of us that went. Well, I say like a few of us, like 5 or 6 of us, and I had a few guns and just gave them to some of the guys. We went out to the field playing airsoft, and I wasn't wearing my eye protection properly, and I ended up getting shot. The BB went underneath the glasses and actually hit the eye, and I ended up having to go to the eye doctor to see because I couldn't see properly for a bit. It just shows you how important wearing eye protection is, because you can't replace your eyes.
That's the one, and your knees. Medical advances just can't fix knees and eyes. Yeah, and I should be wearing my glasses. My knees are gone. But
just fog up, Tom.
What we want to keep people in mind when they're starting off is like, if you don't wear the correct safety and follow the rules, you're not going to enjoy it. We want people to come back because you want people to still do it.
Yeah, as airsoft is a growing sport, and we just need to make sure it keeps on growing. We don't want to stagnate at a certain player base and then have a lot of people just dropping out of the game over, just not enough players coming into it. Like every time we made joke about rentals and stuff like that on the game, but we do actually look after them when we're playing with them, because I find that rentals will actually and guys trying to get involved in the game for the first time are probably more receptive to not orders, but like guidance, I'd say.
They can make very good like strategic advantages, especially when if you work together. You can use them as cannon fodder.
I was just about to make that joke.
Take it away.
But no, like they're needed for the game. New people, just to keep it growing. I think
use the kids as well. Use the kids to get sneaky into places. You know what I mean?
That's right. I'd say it's probably about 10,000 active players in North and South of Ireland. I'd say.
I'd say around that, yeah.
Yeah, the Republic, Tom. I know.
Sorry. But also, like, I think that's what was really nice about going to some events is like you get a group of kids who are really into it, and they all start having a laugh at each other about it, and that can actually be really fun.
And they'll come up to you in between games, and they'll be asking you about your rifle, and they just want to have a hold of it and see what it's like. And
Yeah,
I remember when I was getting started in airsoft, that's what I did as well. I'd go up to guys who had like M249s and M60s and stuff. And I remember once I went and there was somebody with a minigun, and so I just have to have a look at this. Like, it's great even just showing off your gear, because those now it's when we got involved in the sport, it was Modern Warfare 2. It's now another Call of Duty. It's now COD Warzone that people are actually liking, which we can't play because we're just so bloody bad at.
Never see us streaming that, like.
I don't think that's gonna.
Huh?
I'm good at Apex. That's great.
Yeah, but if you don't care about Apex, it's
Apex is growing again. That's me.
But I think what's also really funny about those situations with like kids is the dads, and I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was up north.
The last time.
Yeah, and do you remember the two dads that were with the group of kids? They got so into it. They got they were rushing with us.
Not sure. Like, I think it comes to. I think
forgot the kids and rushed with us.
Dads loving sports more than kids. They get more into it. Like even the other day, I was driving home and I looked onto the green out here, and there was a big like football match going on with all the young kids and the dads. And I looked over and I saw a dad rugby tackling another dad to the ground in a game of soccer. Like just from that, I knew that it was a great game. But like. But I think we've gone into a lot of stuff on getting started in airsoft. If we went through,
go to Facebook pages, the honor systems, what guns you should look at, websites to look at, what manufacturers.
Yeah, we'll try and link a few Facebook pages and Discord and Telegram groups that we're all in the description down below. Anyway, after this. And you can then go into those groups and see what people are saying, and if you have any questions, ask them. Feel free to ask them down in the comment section as well, and we'll try and get back to you. But that's really the first of hopefully many podcasts that we'll be doing on airsoft. I know that we've got a few ideas done and ready to go. We're not actually out to play airsoft until the 1st of May. 26th of April, but the first day back for us anyway. We're all going on the 1st.
Expect Instagram lives and Twitch lives.
And Twitch lives, yes, that's right. It's at Tom Byrne TD.
No, it's
TD Byrne, is it?
TD Byrne. It'll be in the description.
Yeah. We'll link it down below.
I play video games all the time. I have so much free time with work.
Stone Mountain 64. Sorry.
He wishes. I'd be his commanding officer. Yeah, I think that'll wrap it up here, guys. That was great stuff.
We'll be back soon, hopefully.
All right.
Play the outro. And tune in for RAF Part 2 coming to a YouTube screen near you.
Yeah, RAF Part 2, yeah. All right.